Okay, today I want to talk about how to be happy, all right? So I talk a lot about happiness, and I talk about it in the book, Best is Temporary, Be Better. In fact, I dedicate a whole chapter to it, and I often speak with my clients as to happiness as a measure of success. There's Eudaemonic happiness, and there is Hedonic happiness. Hedonic happiness is the pleasure principle. It feels good right now, so I want to do it. Eudaemonic happiness is, it's going to be for the long term. It makes me feel good inside. I really respect myself and I'm proud of who I am. So you can have both types, and most of us do, and we will experience both types throughout our life. One will generally motivate some than the other at certain times. There is no fixed, you're only Eudaemonic or you're only Hedonic, right? We all like to feel pleasure, and we all like to feel good about ourselves inside. So what are some tips that can reach both? That I can do hedonically, but it can make me feel strong eudaemically, right? Okay, well, you need daily practices because being happy is a skill, all right? It is a skill that we can develop. And most of the unhappy people you see in your life are unhappy because of the choices they make or the way that they allow themselves to live. And they end up with regret or fear or doubt, or any of the other MADZOOK Fateful 8 that you can read about on the MADZOOK.com blog. So let's be happy. How do we do this? 1, meditate. All right? I don't care if you get as deep as the monks and you and you really transcend and you can get that deep into your meditation. That's awesome, right? If you can do that, that's great. But that's not the only level. Don't feel like you're a failure if you can't get there. Sometimes to meditate, all we actually need to do is find a quiet space. Take 4 or 5 deep breaths. It doesn't have to be an hour-long event, right? You can think and meditate on something. That's called mindfulness, mindfulness meditation. You're focused on a certain thing. Or we can just allow ourselves to become of the void. Sometimes the monkey mind is taking us over, and we're unhappy because we're anxious. Or we start to have a little bit of anxiety and we can't figure out where that's coming from. All right, but if we just stop during the day, 10 minutes during the day, and I'm a big thinker and a big overthinker, so this is a real good one for me as far as a personal practice. Sometimes I just have to stop and breathe and just shut my brain off for 10 minutes, right? If you can do 5 minutes, that's okay. Work your way up to the position to where you can meditate and clear your mind. Number 2, smile more, all right? Sometimes you go through the day and you're just grumpy and your disposition isn't good and you just don't know why and you feel like shit, right? Okay, so on these days, just look at someone, try to see the good in them and smile. I'm not saying you got to run up and kiss them and hug them and tell them you love them and ride unicorns together. I'm not saying that at all. But I'm saying when you look at someone, and even if they're giving you a scowl or they're a beautiful person and you feel a little envy in yourself, just smile at them. Just smile inside. You're going to train your brain to smile more. It will make you happier. Now this one's a little hard to do because of COVID, but when the world comes back to normal, or even in your own smaller sphere, your own smaller country, travel. Get out and see things. Don't stay in your apartment or in your house. Get out and see parts of the world where you live. Be grateful. Be more grateful. All right? A lot of us take advantage of what we have, or we don't recognize what we have, right? So start to be grateful with the things that you do have. If we're always focused on the world and what we don't have, or trying to find a perfect world, we're never going to find any type of happiness. We might find some hedonic happiness here or there. People try to escape. They use drugs, they drink, they go to a bar, they have random sex, they take risky behavior. They want that thrill, or they want something, but it never quenches the thirst. It never quite does it. It may offer a temporary reprieve, but it doesn't do it for you. Start to be grateful with the things that you have, right? Be grateful and be happy. They come together, okay? Be more grateful. Now, help others, right? When you help others, you feel better about yourself. One of my personal favorites, exercise. And I know you might look at me today and say, Joe, how the hell is exercise going to help me? I don't even like to exercise. That's not me. I don't do those kind of things. Okay, our bodies are our temples. They are the vessel, right? They're how we look. They're how people see us. They're how we feel about ourselves. They're how our heart beats, they're how we breathe, they're how we move, right? So if you really truly want to be happy in life, both hedonic and eudaimonic, you're going to have to exercise, all right? So start small, work with what you have. You don't have to become a pro athlete, but you do have to move more. You do have to gain some strength, and you need some balance, some flexibility. You need a well-rounded fitness program. So talk to a fitness professional. I can certainly help you with that. There's many probably close to your house. There's tons of stuff on YouTube and online. So just start somewhere. Again, if you need a guide, let me know. Spend time with good people, all right? If there's assholes in your life, only be around them when you have to, all right? You don't like your girlfriend's new boyfriend. You know, okay, but you really want to hang out with your girlfriend, but she likes the new boyfriend, right? Understand her position, hang out with someone else, all right? You don't have to be politically correct, okay? Maybe you're a little confused. Maybe you have one or two or three girlfriends or one or two or three boyfriends, and you're happy with one for something and you're happy with the other for the other thing. But what you really need to do is look inside yourself and decide, how do I hang out with good people? Do they have good hearts? Do they have good thoughts? Do they speak good words? You know, how do they treat others, right? Because at the end of the day, if you really want to be a good person, you're going to have to hang out with good people, all right? You'll know the difference, feel it, think about it, and be around good people. Sleep. Sleep is important. You must find a way to sleep regular. You know, sure, the old adage is get 8 hours a night, and some people think they do better with 10, and you know, I must go to bed at 9 and wake up at 4, or I must do this. That's not true. Okay, now regularity has something to do with what's called circadian rhythms, right? So there are reasons for our functionality that we should sleep at a regular time interval. But if we get 6 hours one night and 5 hours the next night and 6 hours the other night, it's okay if that randomness is part of our regular routine. But if we constantly stay up till 3 or 4 in the morning and we sleep till 3 in the afternoon, it's going to be hard to wake up happy. I mean, if you're a night worker or you have a reason that you need to do that, or that's just your lifestyle, that's okay, right? But don't expect to be able to do things that the day people do if you're going to sleep all day and try to do what the night people do, all right? Know when to get your sleep and make it regular. Finally, and probably the most important thing I could tell you how to be happy is don't waste your time, all right? We waste so much time during the day, right? You know, when you have a task, get up and do the task, right? And if you need to be somewhere, don't be always late. Don't make the other people wait for you, because it's going to cause negative feelings, right? And you may say, oh, but they know me and I'm okay, I'm late. Yeah, sure they do. And they're okay with it because they've accepted you. But they're not always going to be happy about it. And you certainly aren't going to be happy about always having to say, oh, I'm sorry, I'm 30 minutes late. Oh, I'm sorry, I missed your phone call because I was sleeping. Oh, I'm sorry because, I don't know what I was doing. And you're going to realize if you don't waste your time, that those goals, those things you want in life are going to start to come for you, all right? Don't waste your time.